more piano stuff on guitar. So this is the piano outro, I guess we'll call it, for the original Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. It is, well, if you're a baby boomer like me or listen to any classic rock, you've heard this a gazillion times. So I'm going to play a little bit of it. It's pretty repetitious, as you already might know. So, like I said, I'm just going to play parts of it, and this is what it's going to sound like. And on it goes. So that's the basic idea. I just played, like I said, I just played parts. So a couple of things about this. It takes up over half the track. Yeah, definitely takes over half the track. And also, if you go to play it with the recording, it's going to sound goofy because it's a little bit higher than C, not quite a D flat, so it's like in between keys. And the other thing is, you know, it's sort of like I see it as three basic chord sections. You know, it does this C, C over E, F part. Sometimes that does it twice, sometimes once, at the very end 5 times. And then there's over that part, over the C, C over E, F part, there's 3 different melodies throughout the ending. And then it always dumps into this other part, the B flat 7, B flat 7 flat 5, and that resolves to C. And then there's what I consider to be the bridge, or it goes to like an A minor. So, and then all that is divvied up into, as you see here, this is a 36 bar section. It does those patterns twice, that 36 bar section twice, and then there's the last 36 bar section. Same idea, you know, does the C, C over E, F, C, C over E, F, goes into that B flat 7, B flat 7 flat 5, and then resolves to C. And then at the very end, it repeats that C, C over E, F 5 times before it retards into the B flat 7, B flat 7 flat 5, and then the C. So you can play this with a pick or fingers, however you want. You know, and the other thing, I notated this the way I did it. I don't think I ever played the same way twice, really. So I had to put something down. And the way it is, it's mostly cowboy chords, and you can draw the melody out of those chords with just picking fingers up, putting fingers down. It just sits inside the chords easily. So they're all cowboy chords with the exception where it's going to go to this B flat 7 and then the B flat 7 flat 5 up here. But we'll go over that in a bit. So yeah, so it's fairly easy. You can strum it out or finger pick it. But anyway, so just to so now I'm going to get into the blow by blow here. So so it starts out C, then one measure that, then C over E, and just that change right there, that C and that just changing the bass note, you almost hear like, oh, that's the Layla piano part. And then it goes to the F chord, and over this F chord for 2 measures, there's going to be this melody that goes. again, this just sits inside the chord nice and easy. So I make my F like regular F, you know, little F. I use my thumb for the bass note, and then F add 9, because that first melody note is the G. Put my pinky on the 3rd fret there in the 1st string. Then I lift it up, regular F with F on top, F major 7, and then pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string for the note D, and then lift that up, because then C on the 2nd string will be the melody note. So that's, and you see those down stem, those low F notes, that's just sort of like little bass in between, for like just for some rhythm accompaniment. And again, you can strum. You do it that way as well. Okay, so it does that twice, and then it dumps into this B flat 7 chord. Some people call this a shell voicing, little 3-note chord at the in the 6th position. So my 2nd finger's playing the B flat on the 6th string. My 3rd finger's playing the A flat on the 4th string, both at the 6th fret, and then my pinky's playing the 7th fret on the 3rd string. That's the D. So those 3 notes make up that B flat 7. I leave my 1st finger free because I'm going to be using that for some of the melody. So you hit this like so, and then the melody is the A flat that my 3rd finger is already on the 4th string. Then I put my 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string for that C. That's the next melody note. My pinky goes back on the 3rd string, 7th fret for the D. That's that melody note, and then it goes to the B flat 7 flat 5. That's that pretty, you can either call it pretty or spooky chord, however you hear it. And that E natural, that's the melody note there. And then it comes back to the D. My pinky's already on it, on the 3rd fret. On the 3rd string, 7th fret. And then 1st finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string. And then back to the A flat. My finger's already on that on the 4th string, 6th fret. So that B flat 7 section is, sorry. And that resolves to C. And now here I have that's how I wrote it out. You can fill those 2 measures of C any way you feel like. You can strum it, do some kind of rhythm. Okay, so it does that a few times, and then it goes to what I refer to as the bridge. To get to that bridge, go C, C over B, because it's driving to an A minor. And then, make sure I tell you the right thing here. So A minor, then first I hit the open A, and then the A minor chord, and then hit the A minor chord again, E's on top because that's my melody note. Flatten my 1st finger out for the F, then the G on the 3rd fret, 1st string. So, and I leave my pinky there because that high G is the melody note over the D chord. So that's a D sus. And then I lift my pinky up. I'm going to play the F natural, so now we're a D minor. So those 2 measures are so just follow the notation. And then that goes to a G. But as you see, it's called G5 because there's no 3rd. So low G, and then I have the D on the second string, harmonized by the open third and fourth strings. And then, so that's making the melody. So again, the D with the two open strings, third and fourth open strings underneath it, open E, F, and then C sus. That F is still on top, because that's the melody. Open E, C chord, and then C over B again, because we're driving back down to that A minor. And then when we start the A minor section, that next A minor section, so those first two beats are sort of like fill. So again, this is the way I notated it. You can mess with it how you feel. So open A. So with my my A minor grip here, open A, the E on the fourth string, back to the A. And then a melody with using the A minor chord, E on top, pinky on the D on the second string, lift my pinky up, my first finger's there on the A minor chord, right? It's already there. So, and then, right, we're making what they call a D5, because again, there's no third, it's just the root and the fifth. That top D makes the melody. And then we strike the A. And then the A again, harmonized by the open fourth and fifth strings. That D down stem note. No, all the down stem notes those are accompaniment notes, they're not the melody. And then the C harmonized by the A. And now we're going to play a G sus. So we have the bottom G, we have the C on the second string, harmonized by the third and fourth open strings. Lift that up for the open B. Simple G chord, open string 2, 3, and 4, with that bottom G. Strike that down stem note G, it's an accompaniment. A, that's part of the melody, and then I harmonized the A with the F underneath it, third fret, fourth string, and the bottom G. Hit the low G again, open G, and then open G with the F underneath that on the third fret, fourth string, and that low G. And then low G again, open G. So that whole bridge, it gets tedious. So that whole bridge okay. So okay, now at the B section here, see the rehearsal mark B, little B in the square. Okay, so now again over the C, C over E, F, now the melody changes slightly from the first time when the tune first opened up. So now it goes. So on the C over E, so now the melody goes, this is the only slight change here. So again, going to that F chord, it's just those three notes, those quarter note triplets. So that part is. And then it goes back into what we did in the beginning, that so that's that. And that's also that variation, that's the one it does at the very end. It's marked by the D rehearsal mark. And that's when it does 5 times before it takes a tune out. And one other variation on that C over E F part, and that's here at the C part, the C section. See a little C in the square. So it's going to sound like this. And of course it dumps into. So that is C, C, hit that bass note C for just like a rhythm fill in between, and then C over D, because that add D, not C over, I said C over D, C add 9, that's, you play that with your pinky as part of the melody, so C, bass note C, C add 9, another bass note C, and C chord, bass note C, and then E, C over E, a couple of fill notes here, and now the melody changes quite a bit. So C add 9 over E, back to C. So we start playing the F chord, but it's ahead of the beat. So I play that A and that F together, right? Second fret, third string, third fret, fourth string. Play that, and then I play that bass note comes after it. Play those two notes again, low note F, and then the melody here is. So that's, I'm making a like a little 3-note F chord here, my thumb on the bottom. So C is the melody, then D, that makes an F6, open E, back to those two notes, the A and the F, and then I play my bottom F note. Hit the C and the A, second and third string, and then that basic F chord, strings 2, 3, and 4, with my thumb on the bottom first fret, 6th string. And then it goes into the. So again, that part and that C part is. And then. So that's all the parts. That's all the parts there is. Again, you can strum it. You can do it how you feel, because again, the melody, it comes out of those chords pretty easy if you know it in your head. You can just sort of work it out. So anyway, I hope you found that very thrilling, and maybe you can have some fun with that. Play in a band. There's no piano player. You want to do the tune? Not a problem, because you can do this. So all right, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and until next time. Okay.